Imagine a monastery that could storm a fortress before breakfast. That's the Knights Templar. Monks in mail, half saints, half accountants, wholly terrifying before dawn. They rose when even roosters still doubted God's timetable, because discipline waits for no bird. Rule 1. Fear God. Rule 2. Keep the helmet on. Rule 3. Subscribe so you don't miss Rule 4. Prayer first. Coffee hadn't been invented yet. It's 4 a.m., the bell tolls. Brothers stir on straw pallets, clinking like medieval wind chimes. They sleep in linen shirts and belts, because Rule 5 says, never be caught naked by the enemy. The chapel is cold, the candles few, the Latin endless. They chant psalms with the enthusiasm of men who know missing one means extra fasting. Sword hilts glint under icon light, because even holiness appreciates good edge retention. Did you know? The rule of the temple, written 1129, required 7 daily prayers, starting with matins before sunrise. Dawn, the brothers gather in the chapter hallstone, echo, and the faint smell of boiled discipline. Here, sins are confessed. Pride, impatience, forgetting to oil a saddle. The master listens, expression carved from basalt. Penance is handed out. Fasts, silence, guard duty, or all three if you've really excelled at being human. There's no gossip, no politics, no ego, at least not out loud. Article 46 of the rule demanded daily confession before the master. Once absolved, they work. Some drill in the yard, spear, practice, formation charges, and endless polishing of already spotless swords. Others count coin or supervise farms, donated by less holy nobles back in Europe. A few scribes manage letters of credit, the medieval equivalent of a debit card. Except the penalties for fraud involved actual swords. Discipline keeps the order running. Paperwork keeps it rich. Fun fact: Templars pioneered banking networks across Christendom. Letters of credit verified by Red Seal from Paris to Jerusalem. At noon, bells again. Meals are silent. Scripture is read aloud because conversation leads to opinions, and opinions lead to trouble. They eat barley bread, beans, and watered wine. 2 men share one Bolan exercise in humility and poor table logistics. Meet only 3 times a week. Joy apparently not specified. And if you were wondering about dessert, there isn't one. Funner fact: Articles 52-55 restricted diet. Meat was limited, silence was mandatory. Afternoons belonged to horses and heat. Every man trains as if tomorrow's dawn comes with arrows. They practice the legendary Templar charged tight ranks, lances level, the world's loudest prayer in motion. Local chroniclers, and even their enemies, those who survived, that is, admired their precision. When they rode, dust obeyed regulations. Funnest fact: William of Tyre praised their discipline. Usama ibn Munshid called them valiant beyond measure. Sunset paints the stones blood gold. Bells against vespers, armor cleaned, tack checked, horses brushed, until they shine like minor saints. Letters from Europe are read, donations, debts, sometimes complaints that a cousin joined the order and stopped writing. In this world, God gets the glory, the temple gets the land, and everyone else gets the receipt. Less fun. Fact: surviving inventories from Paris and Tomar record daily inspections of arms and property. Night falls, compliance closes the day. The chant is softer, now Psalm 91. Thou shalt not fear the terror by night. Some brothers sleep in the dormitory. Others take the wall. From the ramparts, they see Jerusalem glimmering like a promise too bright to trust. The rule forbids locked doors, so even sleep is slightly nervous. A breeze moves through mail links like whispered rosary beads. Kind of fact: guards rotated by monastic hours, doors left unbarred, a symbol of trust. Discipline was armor. Obedience was weapon. They weren't fanatics, they were administrators who prayed efficiently and stabbed professionally. Each day measured in bells, each bell a reminder that salvation runs on schedule. They lived by the sword, the psalter, and the ledger. And when history finally closed their account, the balance sheet was complicated. Last fun fact: the order endured nearly 2 centuries until Pope Clement V dissolved it in 1312. Last Grand Master Jacques de Molay executed 1314. By dawn, the bell will ring again. The iron monks will rise, pray, polish, and prepare, because that's what faith looked like when it wore chainmail, and history remembers them. As it always remembers those who turned vows into empires. History remembers those who rise before dawn. Subscribe for the next chapter.